So here we are, it's Monday, March 3rd, 2014, and we are at the Microsoft SharePoint Conference 2014, hashtag SBC14, and we've been talking about questions related to SharePoint. My name is Glenn Johnson. I'm a Senior Vice President of Magic Software in the Americas, and today's conference is really all about how people are using SharePoint, and so we wanted to ask that question. What do people use SharePoint for? What does SharePoint actually do? And there are a number of answers to that question. It's almost as if, depending upon the user that you talk to, you may get a completely different answer. And so we thought it would be good to really explore some of the many possibilities of excellent kinds of applications. And the applications we're going to be talking about in SharePoint today are especially those that are integrated to your back-end systems, that have information pulling from other enterprise software into that SharePoint environment so that you can have a complete picture of your organizational information. For example, KPI dashboards. Key performance indicators are ways of keeping track of essential information in a business enterprise and displaying it in a visually appealing manner inside of a SharePoint application that's accessible to your executives, to your managers, to your users across the organization as needed. Those KPI dashboards, however, are dependent upon information that might be coming from your ERP and accounting systems, that might be coming from your customer relationship management and Salesforce automation systems. It might be coming from a supply chain management or a product lifecycle management or some other type of enterprise software. And when that is the case, you want those KPI dashboards to be updated with new information and real time so that you can have real-time business pulsing of your organization. So dashboards are one example of a SharePoint application capability that's very important and dependent upon back-end integration. Another great example is an employee portal. Employee portals are very commonly used in SharePoint. It's a very common application, and quite often the key information in a system of record relies in a system like PeopleSoft Enterprise, for example, where you may have critical human resources information system content that you want to surface in a SharePoint application. You might also have interaction with that SharePoint application taking place by customers, or rather by employees, in an employee portal all across the organization. So that employee portal information needs to be updated from SharePoint into your actual environment. The third idea is that of a customer portal. With customer portals in a SharePoint application, you have the ability to provide your customers with information in a SharePoint application that might be shared as an extranet, meaning that only key business partners have access to that portal site, or it might be a full-blown internet portal in which you have broad customer-facing information being distributed via a SharePoint website. In those instances, it's also very important to sometimes have integration to back-end systems. A great example of a back-end system might be a logistics system that has information about shipment tracking information. You might also have integration to your e-commerce platform. Whether that be Magento or Shopatron or IBM Webster Commerce or any of the many varieties of different e-commerce platforms that are out there, a customer portal needs to have access to customer information about products, about shipments, about credit standing of that customer, and so on. And so those critical enterprise software systems need to be available to SharePoint for that integration. Another example is simply a customer directory. Quite often your employees need to be able to access the reliable directory information for your customers. That's the system that really is the official database of the company that says who our customers are and what their contact information is. And in today's environment, the variety and types of contact information is exploding. And so sometimes those back-end ERP systems, they don't have a place to put a Skype address. They don't have a place perhaps to put some of that important information. Plus, only ERP users can see what's in the accounting software, and so you might actually want to have a system set up in SharePoint where that customer directory can be a repository of a variety of information about your customers and accessible to a wide number of your employees based on their user rights and authorizations within SharePoint. Again, integration is going to be key in order to make all of that happen. Another great example would be a customer service knowledge base. In these scenarios, people want to be able to use a SharePoint portal in order to access information about problems and solutions related to your products. That customer service knowledge base stores a way forward from a technical support standpoint and a way for you to actually provide technical support 24/7 from your website without actually having to have a customer service agent engaged with the customer. They can get the information when they need it rather than waiting to make a telephone connection. Now, you may back that up with an Ask Me Now button or something like that in your SharePoint portal site, which again would need to be integrated into your call center system, into your management system for chat with that customer and so on. So a customer service knowledge base can be an invaluable tool, and the search capabilities of SharePoint for knowledge discovery of information are ideal for that. But the information has to come from somewhere, and quite often there's a very sophisticated CRM system which is used to document service delivery procedures and approaches within your organization that would be the repository of that information that you then want integrated and made part of a SharePoint environment. In addition to that, because of SharePoint's extensive document management capabilities, these customer service knowledge bases often are sharing documents in PDF format or other forms of documents that are stored within SharePoint, accessible through SharePoint, but you also realize that a lot of those documents originate through other systems. And so for some of these documents, it might be very important to utilize a back-end tool to actually help integrate and bring that information into SharePoint, index it, make it very easily accessible in that environment. And finally, there's going to be just a variety of independent custom solutions that are necessary for the running of your business and your enterprise. Every business is different. In order to have unique competitive advantage over your competitors, you need to do something unique. And when you do that, it can be very important to have a SharePoint application that delivers that capability to your employees, to your customers, to your business partners, but also to have an integration to your back-end systems for those strategic processes that really define the DNA of your company and what makes it special and different, what makes its business processes unique. And so I hope that this answer to the question of, what can you do with SharePoint? What is it used for? Might be useful to you today. And we look forward to talking to you again here from SharePoint Conference 2014, #SBC14. I'm Glenn Johnson with Magic Software Enterprises, signing out. Have a great day.